do believe, you're rocking the cape again. You're rocking the suit.
Yes,
Let me read you a few tweets because there's a lot of great reactions out there for you. Kumasar Cody says there should be a contract to make Henry Cavill the only actor to act Superman. It just feels right when he acts it. The Real Soup says, I'm still on a high. He looked perfect. This moment seemed impossible only a couple of months ago, but when the world needed him most, he returned. And finally, Ferris MD16 says, I still can't believe that Henry Cavill is back as Superman. If someone pinch me, please, if I am dreaming. So you've read some of these. You've even reached out to fans over the gram to give them, I'm back. But how much does this motivate you to hop back into this iconic character that you took on for the first time nearly 10 years ago?
I think the most important thing for any of this, it's anyone who needs to don the cape to be the custodian of a character like this. The primary point is if the fans want them there, and
honey, they wanted you there.
If that is the case, then it's my honor and my privilege to be that, and it's my duty to make sure that I do them justice as the custodian of the character. Maybe a little bit more.
Well, I think you most definitely have, and you will continue to.
I hope so.
We look forward to seeing that. In the past, though, you have said that there is enough Superman out there for a multitude of folks to don this red cape. So
Absolutely.
If that is the case, who is another celebrity that you would like to see take on this character on the big screen outside of yourself?
That's not for me to say at this time.
Yes it is, if you've thrown it out there in the past.
Of course I have, but that's not for me to say exactly who.
Okay, but in your humble opinion.
In my humble opinion, I will tell you one day.
Dare I ask?
Well, Enola Holmes 2, I think I might like it better than the first one, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, good. What did you like about it?
Well, I love that you and your sis were just really collaborating, and there's comedy that ensues there, but also like tender moments, and of course like the suspense, cracking the case,
Yeah.
and you guys are going at it together on a case. So what is it like exactly working with Miss Millie?
Millie is fantastic.
Yeah?
Clearly a bombastic energy. That much is obvious. And also an incredibly keen mind. She's
Really?
a really good producer. She's very, very smart. She makes very astute decisions and choices on set. And it's wonderful to see. I'm looking forward to watching her career continue to greater heights as it grows.
I know. I mean, she's already started off on like such a platform. And to see her as a producer as well, it's just like, wow, at such a young age. What is something about Millie that might surprise us? Because I feel like, fans think, oh, we know everything there is to know.
Millie's always quite open with everything, and so I don't think there's anything I could say that would surprise you.
And she said you were quite secretive. I was like, well, did you know anything about Superman? What gives?
I did not know.
Yes, you- oh,
I
come
really
on.
didn't. I really didn't. But I will tell you, he is so talented, so no wonder they want him back.
So that might make you a good detective. Do you think you would be a good detective in real life?
Would I be a good detective? I'm not entirely sure. I do like to get to the bottom of things.
Do you
I
now?
do like to work stuff out. I like to know the why of things. And
Which can be a good thing and a bad thing.
yes, it can be a little bit frustrating sometimes for myself. Teach myself to let things go and be like,
Yeah.
I just won't know what happened there. But yeah, it's could I be a good detective? Probably not. Really?
After all that, Henry?
Yeah, but I think it takes more than just that.
Yeah.
I think there's a certain skill set required, and that probably takes years to build.
I wonder who taught you to fight like that. Another thing our mother has to answer for.
These action scenes that we see, were you surprised that it was taking on this kind of turn of events when it comes to action sequences?
No, I think it's a key piece because everyone was gasping and making all the right noise at the right time.
Yeah.
And that's what you want in a third act. You want people feeling that. And so that little piece of action did the job in that. And I think it did it very well.
And it's got all the feels. It's got a touch of romance.
Yes.
It's got some action.
Yeah.
It's got this brother-sister, like, love-hate kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
And we get introduced to someone else who could definitely carry on this franchise. So could Enola Holmes 3 exist without Sherlock Holmes?
Well, first off, it's always been Enola's story. And absolutely, Enola Holmes can exist without Sherlock. I think that's one of the key messages of the movie, actually.
Yeah.
And having said that, if another movie happens, and if everything aligns and I'm wanted back, then it would obviously be a great honor and an opportunity for me to jump in. So we'll discuss that when the time comes.
Do it. Show him you don't need him anymore.
You're great in The Witcher season 3 coming up for us. Fans
Very
are
much.
over the moon. And I love how you kind of like nerd out too as you're connecting with the fans. I mean, you really get into it. You connect with them on an entirely different level. Do you have a message for The Witcher season 3 fans and what they can anticipate?
It's difficult to give too much away, but I had the opportunity to work with Wolfgang Stegemann again. Wolfgang Stegemann is the stunt coordinator, and him and I work together really, really well. We design fights together, we build all this stuff together. When we shoot it, we work amazingly together. He is extraordinary at what he does. He has such a genius brain for building fights. And his team is extraordinary as well. And there is plenty of action in season 3. And hopefully it all comes together perfectly in the edit.